Hi everyone, and welcome back to the harbour for this latest instalment of, I guess, what we could call this Bear Necessities. Yeah, we have here a friendly bear, precariously perched upon this top of this pile of rather disorganised looking boxes. So, how did he get here, and what exactly is going on this time around? Well, he is here rather than Corthos Island because I messed up the first recording, let's be honest. So I'm going to try and do it again from here. And we are here as a bear. Well, multiple reasons. The name of the channel, despite that, I have never actually played as a bear or indeed a wolf. So this is going to be a learning experience for sure for me as well. Hopefully a fun one. Secondly, it became evident at the back end of the last life, this is the same character that was doing the Dwarven War Axe build, that it wasn't going to be a keeper, that build. So I tried taking on board some of the nicer elements that I liked from there, and we're going to try and bring them forward into something that's perhaps a little more rounded at the cap this time around. So, to that end, I've been having a little look around on the forums and I found what looks like a really good build or a suggestion we can at least use as a template from a super player called Tronco. Any of you on Moonsea will have heard of him, I'm sure, or who frequent the forums. His build posts are really excellent, very comprehensive, and you really can't go wrong if you try those. They are um, kind of towards the end game. So if that's not your thing, then for leveling, I think you could maybe do differently. But if you want a build to do well to hold your end up in end game content, then you could do a lot worse than follow some of his advice. Where shall I start with this? I've got some little bits and pieces of notes here. I know I can't read my own writing. Let's start with the goal here. We're going to try to combine, obviously Bear is Druid, so we're going to try and combine Druid, Barbarian, because you'll recall in the last life I mentioned that I really like Uncanny Dodge, and that means Barbarian or Rogue. And the tactic side of things, I thought we could handle that with an investment in Dragon Lord. Not as we did last time, all the way up the tree, the tier 5. We're just going to have I think it's a 6 level investment, just enough to get the third core and some of the nice things in that tree, because one of the, well, several actually of the Bear Necessities, if you'll pardon the expression, are missing from the native bear tree, namely a trance, an imbue, a haste boost. So if we go in the Dragon Lord to grab all those and the raw into the bargain, that should help us on the tactics side. And the change in approach, the two-handed weapon, we can use falchions, or rather we can't at the moment, we're not proficient with the weaponry, but when we get to where we're going, we'll be all right. And you'll recall at the end of the last life, we were 18 to 20 times 5 with the Dwarven War Axe. Here, we're 18 to 20 by default. There's somebody playing us a little tune here. How kind. We're 18 to 20 by default, and that'll be 15 to 20, the same, times 5 when we get to where we're going. So we're going to have double the crit threat range. So hopefully that will go some way towards curing one of the main issues that we had. And I guess that is as well an indication of why two-handers routinely use falchion and nothing else at the cap, the crit profile. Okay, let's have a quick look at the stats. So two-handed strength build, so big in strength, big in con. I put some in dex as well because we're going to be using that for our reflex save. I plan on taking evasion, and charisma for our trance. The other two are fairly dump stats, although wisdom is our casting stat, so we only get up to level 2 druid spells. We need 12 minimum on that to be able to cast those, so we've qualified for that. Skills, I put what are the main ones I invest? Search and UMD, because those are the two I think I get the most use out of in the game. A bit of spot because that's a druid class skill, and swim because any self-respecting bear should be able to swim. What else have we got on here? Enhancements. Let's have a quick look where we're at with those. So I've just started building up in the Nature's Protector bear tree. Never really done anything in here before, so I was very pleasantly surprised to see that we can have those are just our standard rages, but once we go up here we also got 15 melee power for being in a rage, so that's pretty awesome. That's as far as we've got. Now the racial tree, he only has 3 racial points, so I've scrapped all investment in the racial tree. We had 19 or 20, you'll recall, last time, because the objective was to invest heavily in the Durgar tree to see how we could make a build using that. So here literally just the human melee power boost, which until we get haste boost is going to be a nice little boost for us. And the healing amp, the 20 healing amp, not to be sniffed at. 3 in the Harper agent tree, just because we happen to have 3 universal points to put. And that's where we're at there for now. Feats, this is why we have started. We've started with 3 druid. And bear builds, even the hybrid bear builds would typically do this, because you need 3 druid to access the nature's let me find it, natural fighting line. So these are the bear, the animal equivalent of you know, your single weapon fighting, two-handed fighting, all that kind of thing. The animals get this as well, but it's just called natural fighting. Now if we look there, I didn't realize they got so much out of it, particularly the bear. It's actually wrong. It's 60% strike through we're getting for that first bear form. So we're having 60 strike through, 4 melee power PRR and double strike. And we are wielding a two-handed weapon, so also damage increases by 25%. So all in all, pretty nice. The only downside being you can only take it at the earliest at 3, because you need 3 druid levels to qualify for it. So for those first 2 levels, you don't have your strike through for things like the stunning blow. As a human, I got an extra feat, so I've got power attack. Obviously, we can't take precision when raging. Power attack and stunning blow I took. I'm very fond of stunning blow, and on a strike through build, I hope we'll get some decent mileage from that if we can make the DC strong enough. And level 3, obviously, we took this one, natural fighting. The plan is to take, you're allowed to take 3 of those in heroic. The plan is to take all 3 as soon as possible, because you can see they're very strong for our build. What else do I have to share? I think that's probably about it for now. One of the nice things that I've noticed along the way, some of the little animations the bear has, like when you give him a healing potion, potion of cure serious that we're using here, he just sort of shakes his head and gets the heal and moves on. Some of the other animations seem a bit clunky, like when I try and do a trip, it's almost like nothing happens and then suddenly there's the trip activates. But we'll get used to it, I'm sure. It's the first time, as I say, I've ever played as a bear. One of the things we are having to deal with here is the lack of proficiency with the weapon. Now, my research suggests that leads to a -4 on the to hit roll. We've also got -5 to hit from power attack. So this isn't good, is it? So we're currently on -9 at the moment, but it does seem to be hitting okay. Initially, I thought, oh, we can just use those Master's touch scrolls to sort out this problem. But with a two-handed weapon, of course, you can't. So we would either have to have the spell natively or have somebody else cast it on us. So we're just having to make do with the lack of proficiency just for this one more level as the next level's going to be barbarian, I think we'll then have sorted that for once and for all. Any non-ragey builds, if you're ever wondering between power attack and precision, the two choices for offensive combat stance, I think precision is so much ahead that any non-ragey builds would automatically just take that, particularly now as you've got an epic precision which stacks on top. You get 40 in total fort bypass, which is huge, and you also get 10% bonus to hit, which again in the later content when you're starting to either miss or graze on higher numbers than a 1, it begins to translate to quite a bit of extra damage as well, does that. But power attack it is for us. So a little look at the piecemeal gear I have put together. So actually that's not fair, some of it's quite nice. The quiver of alacrity, which I pass between all my characters with the upgraded thing for the striding, great for any regular TRing. And if you add any kind of bound to account missile in there, the quiver itself stops being bound to character and becomes bound to account, so you can pass it between your characters. As I only level one at once, it's perfect for my situation. Sword, pretty bog standard, but the fact it's got keen on it means I'm using a great sword there instead of the falchion for now. This nice ring, a bit more attack speed, plus the important ethereal, so any reapers, we can hit them reliably. Other bits and pieces I've basically just put in there because they happen to have a little, well, strength for us is nice anyway, but that's got a little bonus on for melee. Power, same there. Belt for a few more hit points. That's a nice one from the Salt Marsh. More to hit, which we desperately need, and more damage. So happy days. A bit more of a miss chance, although on Reaper that's. Oh no, sorry. I thought it was the blurry bottle. It's not. It's a bit more on all stats, isn't it? So we'll take it. What else have we got? Our usual robe, not robe, clothing. In these early levels. We might have outgrown those early levels already, but hopefully not. The 5 DR is quite handy. And then here we've got the true sight for the secret doors and the master's gift for a little bit of extra juicy XP. Right, so for the first time on hitting level 3, we're benefiting from strike through on all our bits and pieces down here. We've got all the tactic DCs, including the stunning blow we just acquired, and Maul, which is if you didn't know, the bear and wolf forms get some of the skills for those forms are granted in the forms of spells. So we've got at level 1, we've got this Maul, which can now be AoE as well. Sadly, at level 2, I was hoping for another nice strike, but what they give you at level 2, and the only other one I'm going to be able to have is this Raw. Now, we're not particularly in the business of generating more hate, and as it does no damage, it's not going to be good for us, I don't think. So, let's leave our precious pile of boxes behind and go and see what we can sniff out. I've just realised the sound is off. Now, I think we'd done that one, hadn't we? We're literally halfway through the harbour when I decided I wasn't happy with the first recording. We're going to do it again. So, first chance to play around with some nice AoE stuff here. Having to remember, as on any ragey build, to cast the spells or clickables before initiating the rage, because after that you're stuck. Although you can, of course, dismiss the rage.
You wish all these bones were a little.
Ooze, I have nothing that won't get damaged by it, but I do have a spare weapon there, so hopefully we don't get absolutely wrecked by ooze. Now, my word, stop that. That's not a good start, is it? Gonna be eating into our stuff. Oh, do you know I'm not even in bear form here? What a muppet. Okay, pretend we didn't see that. Do we have the little auto picker upper thing on? No, we don't. For those of you who don't use it and might like something to automatically pick up collectibles and mysterious remnants, the Dungeon Helper extension for that has been an absolute lifesaver for me. A huge thanks to the people behind that project, as well as finding bits of gear that have gone missing. Did you see him shake his head there for the heal? Finding bits of gear that have gone missing. It's great for just picking things up on the run. I'm going to have to be careful with the weapon damage with these ooze. So, yeah, as this is another thing, the fatigue from the rages. As we are not going to have enough levels of Barbarian to get the tireless rage, I'm going to have to become accustomed to carrying these lesser resto potions to get rid of those rages. Even for those of you not familiar with ragey builds, even triggering a new rage doesn't get rid of it, sadly.
Floors, walls, and ceiling drip.
Can we just kind of try and bypass this ooze? Oh, that was a meaty hit. Wow, that's more like it. Fear Reaper, where is it? Oh, okay. I'll try and show you the quirky trip thing. Let's go for a double stun. Nope.
The second of the Kobold Brothers has been slain. The rear section of the sewer has
It's
been
going to take me a while. It just feels very strange, somewhat alien to be a bear. And I know he's moving at the same speed But because he's sort of lolloping along like that, it just kind of feels as though he's fairly pedestrian in the movements. Have I gone the wrong way, in fact? Am I supposed to be going down there, or am I supposed to be going this way? Yeah, I thought I'd gone the wrong way. There you go. It's a trip, but it looks like he's bitten the thing. We're getting pummeled all ways here. Oh my god! Oh my god! Almost a dead bear. Okay, let's have a little pause here. Could I actually have gone round that? No, I don't think I could. Could I? I was eating it whichever way. Okay, we're gonna do another rage going into here, I think.
The bulging chest in this room could only belong to one of the Kobold Brothers you've heard so many secrets about. The first of the Kobold Chieftain Brothers has been slain.
Lovely. Now that's one thing I didn't mention. This maul attack. I don't think it does it all the time, but it can trigger an intimidating... Yes, it says it may also intimidate the target. So every so often it does trigger one of those. And that's one of the reasons I haven't put any intimidate on this build, because I don't want to be attracting any kind of unwanted attention on this one. I think I'm going to give myself a 2.5 out of 10 there. Started off not in bear form. All sorts of... nearly died in the trap there. Yeah, not what we'd like to see. Room for improvement, people. And we do have an enhancement point we could put. What can we do? Oh, nice. We can take this core here and put ourselves some Nature's Protector on. Now, if you didn't know, this feat can be used while raged, at least that's what I'm led to believe, and does qualify you to use the well, it qualifies to get the bonuses from Bulwark of Defense, the epic feat, which now includes 10 melee power. As it stands at the moment, it's giving us well, just for that core, actually this is pretty good, isn't it? For every additional core in the tree, 16 hit points and 3 MRR just for picking that. And then 8 PRR and MRR for picking that one, plus the 4 from here. So we've gone up from, I think, yeah, the MRR was down at something like 7. So we've absolutely shot up taking that. Happy days. Could have done with that going through the fire trap. Right, this one is the acid test, to my mind, of any AoE. If you lack AoE going in here, you really want to be being where.
You have set foot
We're going to have to be more careful about these lightning chucking kobolds, aren't we, as well? Definitely don't want to be hit too often by them. I think there is some more ooze in here as well, which I don't particularly look forward to. What else have I got? No, I think that's it. And we could use a shrine for the recharging the rages, because they last for such a short time at the moment, don't they? Stun, yes. Oh my god, okay. Oh, he got well and truly wiped out. That was beautiful. Well done, Bear. deprived of a double stun because one of them died. We'll allow it. That was a double trip, I think, there. We should be getting at least... What have we got? We've got... I think we're on 80 strike through at the moment in all. Does the bear form give you 20 anyway, I think? And we got 60 for the first natural fighting. So 4 times in 5 we hit 2 targets. At least that's the way I see that. Get rid of you beggars. Okay, yeah, we're doing some meaty damage at least, aren't we? I don't have too many past lives on this character, but I did use to reasonably good effect the new system for low-lived characters to require less XP to attain lives. So we managed to get 3 in each of some key epic ones. So we've got 3 on saves, which is lovely, 9 double strike, 3 weapon damage, and that one translates to 6 attack and damage with a 2-hander, so pretty awesome. And the iconic one as well, 6 more double strike on Scourge. So this has definitely been targeted towards melee prowess. Okay, I think there's going to be a pile of stuff down there, so let's re-rage. Now, do we just go YOLOing down there? No, I don't think we do. They're going to fire all sorts of rubbish down there, aren't they? Come to us. Go on, you know you want to. We're going to set up shop round this corner, and we're just going to maul anything that comes within striking distance. Yes, lovely. Keep going. Beautiful. And again. 2 at once. Yes. Go on. Any more for any more? Nope. And that was all she wrote. Delighted at that. Strong bear. Now, can we... No, we can't do the same here, can we? We're going to have to be brave. Okay. See, I never selected the notebook thing. I just went near it and the game picked it up for me with that dungeon helper thing. Just really, really nice convenience. You need to disappear, sir. Where's the shaman there? Let's get him. Lovely. Now, do we need the shrine? No, I don't think so. I think we're well on the way here. Oh, there's some ooze in there that I couldn't get the proper heal. That's a beggar. Gotta get rid of this fatigue once this lot had disappeared. How many have we got left? Yeah, the weapon is 1. Need to pay attention to that. Don't like being stuck in those pipes when the opponent shaman can just throw lightning down there. Is it just a speed reduction from fatigue? Let's find out. %10 penalty to... Oh no! 10% penalty to movement speed and 2 penalty to strength. So we do need to be mindful of that. I love how he growls when he does some of the special attacks as well. It is quite immersive, just as I like the Cold Druid for the shattering ice and things everywhere. This is definitely along the same lines. When he does his buff, there's all this roaring and growling going on, and the same for when the active attacks are triggered. What did
The
I say about
librarian
repairing the
cheerfully
weapon?
agrees to show you his collection.
We do have a
He
fully
leads you below the tower, then motions you closer to speak.
repaired substitute for that, though, so it's not too terrible.
The air is chilly and damp. Despite this, the books seem
A bit
bone
disappointed
dry.
there were some
Magic
lovely
must be at
spells
work
at level
here.
1. Have I mentioned these? I'm not sure I have. If I haven't, level 1 spells, Ram's Might, beautiful.
The
Strength
librarian
bonus to
scans
size
the
and
shelves,
damage.
muttering to himself.
Magic Fang,
Best wait for him to
so we
leave
need to
before
be
trying
in
to
animal
steal
form to benefit.
Elsara's books.
Again, more damage. And this Maul isn't bad. But the level 2, Gust of Wind, situational for when we get to the cap to get rid of, you know, like those iron golems drop the toxic cloud type things. Just very nice to
The
be able to
librarian
spirit
has
those
left the
away.
room. Quick,
But there
obtain the
was
book and
nothing
return
there,
to
as I mentioned,
Elsara.
the animal, the bear ability there, the roar is not really one for us. And there was nothing else really there that, like buff-wise or anything, that caught my attention. That's why I'm just doing this bull strength at the moment while we don't have
The
that much
librarian's
strength
voice
on our
shrieks.
gear.
I know your true
For those of you who
intentions,
don't
thief. My
know,
traps will
these
be the end
things
of you.
from spells, they're typed as an enhancement bonus, just like what you get on gear. So this +4 here will not stack with gear. The only ones that do stack with gear are the alchemist ones that I know of, and that's because those are a different type of bonus that they're getting. I think they're called, is it evolution something? And depending on the level of them, you can get either, is it +1, 2 or 4 on a stat. I think that's it. It's been a while since I played an alchemist. Use different kind of weapons. I'm afraid we've only got slashing, and I'm guessing the undead will be, these skeletons will be resistant to that. So let's try to put them on the floor. No, fail. I got stuck. Oh no, I got stuck in between them. It started badly, and it's not getting any better, is it? This poor bear with a muppet like me at the control. What chance can he possibly have in his future? Right, so right, left, and left. You need to memorize where the oh, intelligence too low to use this. Oh my god, this could be a problem. I'm not sure I've ever had this before. Okay, so we're gonna have to navigate through this without turning these things off. I don't think I've ever had this before. And that means obviously we've got to get all the way back through it as well. Go on, trip. No, missed. They can be pretty savage as well. Are they all intelligence, or is it just that one? Yeah. Oh, the shame. Oh! Let's have a potion. Go on, shake your head. There you go. It's like a boxer. Every time a boxer gets hit, they just turn around and shake their head, don't they? Saying, nah, didn't hurt. Right, come on. Let's put a bit of motion into this now. Oh, hello. Let's give you a maul. Nice. And another one. It's Carnage Reaper Central here. Oh my god, that was a crit, wasn't it? That was brutal. Do they not care for... we've got nearly 50 fort. And the bugger went through it. That is rough, to say the least. Note to self to remember to add the... Let's try and trip these guys. Yes, lovely, lovely job. Note to self to remember the Reaper points at level 4. So often I forget and wonder why I'm struggling. speaking of Reaper points, we did manage to, not as many as I'd have liked, but we managed to get 7 on the last life, which, considering some of the limitations and struggles we had, wasn't too bad. I think for any of you who did follow that life, and you'll have seen the enormous struggles I had with the self-healing department. I think the new strength of arms line of feats, the 2 feats there, would have made a massive difference for that build. Massive. In terms of what I was trying to do, like get some Reaper points in mid Reaper levels. So the timing was a bit unfortunate on that front. Be that as it may, I did do reasonably well, not on my own as you saw, but grouping with 1 or 2 guildmates, particularly one tanky paladin who had the consecrate
You have
thing.
found what you came
We were
for.
able to sort
It is
of
time
cross
to
heal
leave
each
this
other,
vile place.
and in that case, the build did quite nicely. Up to and including Reaper 8, it managed to contribute. The crowd control was strong, and that was great, because if the tank wasn't being mauled, then it was happy days. The tank wasn't being mauled, I wasn't being targeted, and they all went home happily ever after. There you go, a dexterous bear. Now, by my reckoning, even though we'll only have 3 levels of druid, these 2, which will be nice to have always on, I think because epic and legendary levels also count as caster levels, or every 2 of them do, I think we might end up with caster level 11 for these spells. So 11 minutes duration on something that you've only got 3 levels in. I will take that at the cap.
A skittering sound beneath the floor sets your nerves on edge.
Right, we're going to stand in this doorway and adopt the you shall not pass approach. Just like we did. You should have seen me. Well, I wasn't a bear at the time, but you should have seen me in front of the Canith crystal. You'd have been impressed. I was absolutely determined. If any of you's ever seen me in there in the past, it would have been a while ago, because I haven't shown that quest on the channel for a while. But you'll have seen the struggles and the fails when opponents have got round me and mauled the crystal.
The last scorpion
I was absolutely determined that wasn't going to happen this time. I've been debating, because we are going to have some Dragon Lord levels, I've been debating about what to do with the extra feats that we're going to acquire. Obviously, the core of the build is the 3 natural fighting feats, which I've already hinted on, the power attack and improved critical slashing. Beyond that, it's kind of free choice, so we've obviously chosen Stunning Blow, but the Dragon Lord thing is going to mean a couple of extra feats on the table. So I was thinking to do a bit later on to take Cleave and Great Cleave, which, if you didn't know, have now been beefed up with boosted crit chances, and also maybe dodge mobility and whirlwind towards the back end. We really don't need whirlwind as we are at the moment, but perhaps for legendary questing it might come in if we pair it with quick cutter. I was thinking about maybe trying adrenaline but I read that it can be a bit quirky and quite a lot of the times it doesn't trigger when it's supposed to, and you've got to be quite quick on the mark, the adrenaline, and then your follow up. It's a bit like the Hunt's End, the old Hunt's End, isn't it? Hunt's End, and what was the thing we used to stack with it? The thing from that range, it's Hunt's End and Sniper Shot, I think, wasn't it? I must say, there are some nice elements to that adrenaline, not least the 4 second unsavable knockdown against the target. That would be lovely against like a big Orthon or a Hezro or something like that that you're never going to dispatch with one shot.
Across the room, you see an iron defender. The beast looks fierce. Descending into the basement, you hear another sound of whirring gears and a guttural
So yeah,
groan.
not even a minute and a half of rage at the moment. That is something I'll be looking forward to. Oh, hello. I'll be looking forward to leveling higher and getting rid of all these really short duration rather buffs. Now, the one thing that one of the big things we're missing, as well as some nice tactic attacks, we're missing the really strong healing side that a full bear would get. Of course, we would have to gear for that, the positive power
You
and
see
crit
one
and
of
all that
Osgood's
kind of
men making
thing,
his
but
way down the tunnel ahead.
the bear would get the
He hears
heal
your
spell,
approach and starts
so
running.
that's a big miss. I plan to use the, like we did last time, the Primal Scream, but Rages as well are going to heal us, so we'd like as many of those as we can. And of course, we'll have that not inconsiderable strength of arms. Now, the strength of arms, I think I was wrong when I talked about it in the video. The two don't stack together, so the epic version is just a prerequisite for the legendary one. But the legendary one, it's twice your melee power when it triggers, can trigger every 6 seconds. Your melee power could be between 300 and 400 at the cap, so let's call it 700 temp hit points, and it can stack up to 3 times, so that's a defense of over 2000 temp hit points that comes quite quickly. It's not all good news though, because the stacks. Oh, ladder bug, thank you. The bear's having trouble going up the ladder. The stacks all fade at once, and they fade quite quickly. They only last for 10 seconds, don't they?
You
So
hear the
basically, as
grind and
soon as you're
clatter
out
of
of combat,
machinery from
that
below and to the
defense
west.
goes to
You hear the
nil. It's
grind
not
and
like it
clatter of
fades one
machinery
at a
from
time.
below and to the west. It sounds like something heavy
So there
is
is
being
still
ratcheted
some
into
room for
place.
the rage created temp hit points from the Blood Feast filigree to take you into a battle with some
You hear
kind
the
of
rasp
defense,
of stone
and
against
or the
stone from somewhere
excellent
above.
blood tribute.
A massive
Of course,
barrier
with
is looming aside.
the 2 extra levels that we've got now, blood tribute, because it goes off levels, will become even more effective. That'll be another 50 hit points added on to every blood tribute, I guess.
An iron, the
Come
secret
on then,
path
people,
ends
come
at
on,
the
come
bottom
on.
of the warehouse.
I see a Reaper.
And a crumpled metal beast in a room. You lift the case and slide it onto your back. Quickly return to the Fairlane representative.
Okay. So basically, as soon as we got the natural fighting to strike through, it's been full on beast mode here, hasn't it? We're not doing anything in quick time, but even the Reapers are being melted, so I will happily take that. The stun seems to be working. We're not seeing it that well because it tends to kill rather than stun, but I'll take that too. I think we'll call that a successful operation. I don't plan to show, as we did last time, every 2 levels. I think that's probably a bit much, and we're not seeing any real changes, are we, in between? I think let's try for something like every 5, and then you'll see some extra feats and enhancements and things. There'll be more to tell, either on the positive or not. I think we're off to a reasonable start anyway. It's going to take me, as with anything new, it's going to take me quite a time to adjust to this. But another reason I chose to try this particular build or template, because I'm not following the exact build, is I'm used to the sort of barbarian. I have a barbarian at the cap, so I'm used to the kind of mechanics of that, the rage and that kind of thing. So hopefully that'll stand me in reasonable stead, because the main tree is going to be the frenzied berserker. I don't think I mentioned, just before I go, let's just mention that I don't think I mentioned what the plans were for the investment in the trees. So we're going to end up with 11 barbarian, 3 druid, and 6 dragon lord. The plan is to have the frenzied berserker as the main tree, paying attention to the crit profile I mentioned at the end of the last one. Probably why we failed was we didn't pay enough attention to that. Not that we could have done much more with the dwarven axe, that's just how it is with that. So we'll be taking the 2 crit multiplier out of the top of the berserker, and there's some other nice things as well in there to help boost damage, the cracking attack and that kind of thing in there. And the plan for the rest of it is to take the nice low-hanging fruit out of the wolf tree. So we can, obviously, with 3 levels of druid, we can go up to level 3 here. The bear tree, and the, when we get it, the dragon lord tree. So something like 13 to 16 points in each of those 3 I can see us doing. And I think that should be pretty much all the points spent. Okay, I've waffled on for far too long already. It's been fun just journeying into something new. I hope it will amount to something more than an ass kicking like we got last time, but time will tell. Thanks very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.